Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All black Hispanics and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping. Cause us.
Right at it.
Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem was of what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speed up. It got colder than a bitter bitch, found me a way to heat up. What's a favor for a favor if we all didn't make it? Kept it 100 with everybody, but they just gon' change. I ain't get caught up in the hype, cause I ain't feel like I made it. Couldn't picture me here now, but here's your moment to frame it. And I ain't never understand that self-entitlement spirit. I felt your vibe, I don't wanna get near it. Before I made the appearance, I took a second, took a look in the mirror. This God, Lord, the only thing that I fear. Y'all got me fucked up. This all passion, it's tradition, it ain't fashion. It's no action, they make threats and it's still passing. I think massive, no respond, that's still tact. Y'all should quit rapping. Cheap shots, I'm cinematic. I ain't average, I'm an overthrow fanatic. How I go, you lose and win like asthmatics. I got first, that's automatic. I'm the best in my division. In the ghetto like the pigeons, in the hood like the engine. You a bird for that chicken. I don't fake split the scissors, cause my mind made up, nigga. We in the end of time, but my time ain't up. Now when I was young and running wild and wide-eyed like a cabbage patch, I had to get it as vivid, adapted to my habitat. It's certain shit I won't do, certain shit you can't prove. My shit sound like a payday, yours like more when the rent. If I had $1 for every dime you counted, I would be broke. Watch it be close, got a better chance, boxing the ghost. And they know I'm raw, and they know the squad, and I'm feeling lost, still in charge. I don't make it follow, I follow the law. Standing tall like they hear on Mars. I just got a call from my bro, he behind the wall, he told me let it off. Niggas lying for some cat, I got a different line in me. Everybody intimidated, I got that God in me. You can focus on them dimes, I'd rather keep my nine with me. Help me get this off the ground, just know you won't fly with me now.
I try to make the news, I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' be the devil. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home with the truth, I ain't never had to choose.
I'm trying to get beamed up, man, y'all try to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All black Hispanics and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping. Causes.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Fine in, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious minds, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till death do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine in. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dawg? Guns and butter, baby boy. UPK top, dawg. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that econ line van to a damn tank. I got choppers stashed in the attic like they Anne Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See him throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine in. I ain't show no mercy, I'm gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the dust, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show the skills, how I show the skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. Said they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real.
It's like I say in audio.
What about now?
Yeah, it's what I've been now, sir.
Yeah. Somebody was just telling me about audio, but somebody was just saying, yeah, they're hearing you. He ain't smiling now. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't calling no names. Yeah, Yahanna Shabbat Thumb, Yahanna Captain Shock, I.S.U.P.K, Washington, D.C. Scripture breakdown class, I.S.U.P.K under Commander General Yahanna. Since 1969, home of the truth. You know what I mean? With the real deal. Holy feel. You know what I mean? All day, every day. tonight definitely we're gonna go into biblical prophecy, man. Like this thing here with this Prince, what's this Saudi Prince Salman? Insane. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get go ahead.
The normal layout.
Yeah, it is. Hold up. Maybe somebody moved it up. I guess they're changing.
That fifth one's got it.
Nah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'll take a look. I'll definitely take a look at it and see. But they're changing this thing up so much, man. And StreamYard need to send us a check for making them so goddamn popular. I don't think anybody else was doing this damn thing until we start, you know, putting it on. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it, Bukwash, and see. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna check in the settings and see what it, you know, what it's really doing. So it could be they took it away because they want to make the screen big for everybody. They want everybody to be able to be seen, or you know what I mean. They don't like the big and small type shit. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna look and see you know why it's not like that. All right. Okay, hold on. See if you see it there now. Okay, go to the settings. See the settings thing? See spotlight layout? All right. Close it. And then look for it. It's up there, fifth one at the top. Yeah. You good now? All right, no sweat. Have no fear, Bukwash. Have no fear, brother. All right. So yeah, so we're gonna go into it. Anybody have any questions? You know what I mean? Let's get it. You know, you brothers who on the internet killing it, you know, breaking down the highways and the byways on the internet, boy. So Shapat trying to show the Saudi prince how it should look. I see you, Shapat. I see you. The head, you could lose the headband. You could just put the crown over the damn thing and tie the tags in the back. All right. I see what you're looking like. You might want to go and stand up by the White House tonight. Tell Salman that you know he ain't doing it right. You know what I mean? Go ahead, up.
That's what who's in town?
Yeah, the head of Saudi Arabia. Say again? From the Air Force base. That's why. He probably leaving today or something.
Lately, every other day, somebody's traveling up and down from the White House to the base.
Well, Trump is right now. Trump is trying to make sure he grease hands. He's trying to make sure he greases hands because not only are we close to the end, the prophecies are coming to pass, but Trump's circles are starting to turn on him. Right, his inner circles, people are starting to have a lot of fracture in there, and it happening because of his I don't want to say bully tactics, but that's damn near how he is. So imagine you have somebody and they're making somebody who was once on their team, they start making enemies of that person and publicly attacking them. Then what will the rest of the people start to think? What's the natural way?
Start doing the same thing to me.
Like, who's next? So now everybody is trying to draw closer to him to be his boy so they don't end up on the chopping block. But then there's some people who, even though they're Republicans or they racist or whatever, they don't want that type. They want, we all white, let's oppress these niggas and Latinos. That's what they want. They don't want the, he could turn on us too. They don't want that thing. So it's going to be a rough situation for him. So he's definitely bringing a lot of foreign leaders to America, entertaining them, because he's trying to strike these deals to secure himself. He want to make sure he has a certain amount of money coming in, flowing, widen the stream. So if he takes a bucket and put it in the stream, nobody ain't gonna miss it. You get the point? Yeah, I don't know if you all saw the damn the press conference with the Saudi prince. The damn he say I hope I could bring the bribe. Oh, you'll double check the stream, the actual live stream. To what? I'll take a few up here. To what? Let me get one more for good measure. All right, to what, sis? You'll check the stream just to make sure the picture is to too. All right. What is I was saying?
Lucky. So you were saying something about the I want to say it was
the press conference with the Saudi prince. You're right. They say Trump announces $600 billion investment. Trump say, well, by tomorrow we'll try to get $1 trillion out of you. And the Saudi prince, he blushing, he's like, nigga. And 2 minutes later, he say, yeah, we'll give you $1 trillion. Like, that's how much money they make. You get it, Mr. That's how much money they make. But this is the other side of it. The other side of it is that in Trump's first term, the Saudis promised $400 billion. And they say they didn't get nowhere close to that shit. So this $1 trillion investment, it could be nothing. All right, it could be absolutely nothing. All right, let me just make sure we good to go. All right, the quality is good. It's not glitching for you, all right? I'm getting a little glitch on my monitor. So, all right, so we good to go here with that? You're back up with it? All right, no, sir. I don't know why that thing went off, but I'll try to figure it out later, all right? So, any questions? All right, let me, if there's any questions, let's get it. We rocking tonight, 9:30, Bukwash. Y'all could go play the lotto. You're free to go play the lotto tonight because, we getting it in. All right, go ahead.
There's a question from I.S.U.P.K. It says, if I may, with your grace, Saran, can I get a breakdown on 1 Chronicles 9:32?
Ooh, if I could. If I'm able to, I will.
First Chronicles 9:32.
Don't forget, you'll put your phones on mute too, all right? Oh, vibrate, not mute, but vibrate. Vibrate is definitely on. You don't want to miss no call. Anything could be happening. You know what I mean? Shit. You might get a call. Let's meet at so and so point. We got to leave out from here and go. You ain't going back home, nothing. We in the woods now. You're ready to roll. Somebody might need patching up. Just, you know what I mean? Pat went and get his certification. He good to go now. Right? You're free to go and get shot and stabbed in DC. You got a medic on deck. Like in them old, like in MASH. Medic! Go ahead. Where we at? 1 Chronicles 1?
Chapter 9 and verse 32.
The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 9 and verse 32. And the other of their brethren of the sons of Kohites were over the shewbread to prepare it every Sabbath. More? Shalake, more?
Yeah, you might have to give me a little bit more. What is it exactly you want? Just 32, or did he say 32 to something?
Just 1 Chronicles 9.
He may have typed the wrong thing. If this is the one you're asking about ITHES, is just, okay, in Israel, everything is of course, in the school how we operate is a department for everything, right? When we had our nation and our government, a lot of the departments or governmental departments or functions of a society just by nature ended up being run by a family, right? Just like the priesthood. The priesthood was, of course, all Levites, but there's this family that's, usually the head priest, right? You had there was a family that was all the dealt with was the executioner. Any kind of execution that had to happen, that's what they deal with. Get it? But that's where the captain in the UK, that's where he get his name from. Karathia, it means the executioner. Because this was a family. Their sons is gonna cut your head off. That's their job until they die. There's a next crew that would deal with the dead bodies. You know what I mean? They're forever unclean. So they'll be the ones who you had to have the second Passover for. You get the point? Because they're working in the funeral department, the burial department. They're dealing with dead bodies so much. So here is this here is a family that was their department was the showbread. And just think the Sabbath service in the temple where just equated to today where how people go to church, but there's one in a certain area. Just this one. You ain't coming out with 6 loaves of bread. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
You understand? The Bible say how the smell from the showbread, they would open the doors on the Sabbath morning. They put the bread on there fresh out the oven, and that smell would go through the city and would be go through the area right around and would be pleasant to encourage people to come in. You get the point? They was over the showbread. Now imagine how meticulous we are as Israelites. Where you put somebody over the bread, and imagine that counselor arc is flour and yeast, and you need a better butter, or it's that detail because the product is so intricate in the Sabbath service. Now, if that's the question he was asking, I'm not sure. All right, you might have to you might have to double check with him and see.
So he responded. He says, "Who baked the showbread, the priests or the Israelites?"
Okay, this you have to check and see who this family is, right? If this family, hold on, you have to check and see who this family is. The Kohathites. You got to check and see who their family. Anybody have a Bible dictionary? You could look it up or check Blue Letter Bible. You need to see who this family is. I can't say for sure if this is Levi or some other family from one of the other tribes. I can't say for sure, but you can check it out. Just check First Chronicles 9 and 32, the Kohathites. All right. I believe that's it. Kohathites.
Yes, sir.
Come on with it.
I think in verse 31, it gave a little more context who family they were from now.
Okay, come on with it. Let me hear.
The book of First Chronicles, chapter 9 and verse 31. And Matthiah, one of the Levites, who was of the firstborn of Shalom, the Koite, had set office over the things that were made in the pans. Verse 32. And the other brethren of the sons of Kohites were over the showbread to prepare it every day, every Sabbath.
Right. So it's saying these the firstborn of Shalom, the Korahite, had their department was the things that was made in the pans. But then it said the other of their brethren, the sons of the Korahites. Let's just double check it because it could be another tribe because it's all brethren, but it could also be Levi. You right for sure. So up with going up one, but Korahites and Kohathites, they're definitely two different. So just double check it and see, just to be sure for for everybody listening. All right. You have it? Somebody have it yet? Check the Bible dictionary. Hold on, let me see. If there's any other questions in the meantime. I'll take it too. All right.
There are other questions.
Go ahead.
Real quick, also in the one here, Allah says, Shalom, Lord Christ, like if I may get the call-in number. The call-in number is 202-989-1950. I'm about to put it on the ticker.
Okay.
And there's another question. There's another question from Sandy R. It says, well, it's like this. There's more questions up top. From Warrior Yahanna, it says, question, if I may, sir. Is Allah in Arabic form an attempt to short the Alahayim? Notice both Allah and Allah sound the same in both word and both claim to be the God of Abraham.
I got you. It's not an attempt to short anything. It's definitely an attempt to copy, if you want to put it like that. What's the scripture again? First Chronicles, right? 9:32. It's not an attempt to shorten it, because to shorten it would mean that Arabic, you could take it slowly off. To shorten it would mean that the Arab language, Arabic, that's it. Arabic. It sounds funny when I say that. Say it. What's the language they say?
You say Arabic?
Arabic. What did I say? Arabic? It's all right. It's all right, Doc. It's all right, Doc. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll take you out to the Caribbean one day and everybody laugh at you. With your Potomac ass. I'll take you all down there. All right, don't worry about it. You'll have all your fun. Huh? What you say? Go ahead, have fun. With their language, it would mean that their language is very similar to Hebrew. If it's shortened, you can't shorten something from another language to another language. You get the point? So it's not a shortened version. It's their way of copying the Hebrews, right? You gotta remember also too, everything comes from Hebrew. Everything comes from Iba, right? The oldest language is Iba. That's what everybody spoke before the Lord broke up the languages with the Tower of Babel. You're familiar with that story, I think Genesis 10 or something like that, 9 or 10 or something like that, right? That's what everybody spoke. Adam's line kept the Hebrew, right? All the way down to, who's this? Is Iba and Aram. The white man thinks it comes from Aram. That's why he calls the ancient Hebrew Aramaic, right? You'll see that anytime you see our Lashawan Kodash, he refers to it as Aramaic because he thinks it traces back to Aram, but it traces back to Iba. Iba is the English for Ibar or Ibaria, which is of old, which is what Hebrew means. It's Hebrew and Iba is Hebrew, right? The Hebrew it traces back to Iba. Everybody spoke that language. That's why everybody is a Hebrew Israelite or Hebrew Edomite, Hebrew Ishmaelite. That's how everybody was defined. If you notice, we always say Hebrew Israelite. That's why you say Hebrew Israelite, because you're defined by the language first. That's how people are today. That's why white people are called what? English, an Englishman or a Spaniard, because you're defined by the language you speak. It's attributed to your race. The Arabs, coming from that background of being Shemitic, would also have Hebrew in their language. But of course, they, are not of the line of Isaac. They branching off. They having eventually, what's the word? Arabic. I just need a reference, Zach. No. Arabic. And also copying our culture and customs. So it's more so of a copy more than shortening anything. Anybody at Babylon to Timbuktu? I got mine. You're supposed to have everybody make sure y'all get a copy of this too. I mean, sisters could do it for sure if they want to, but you brothers, y'all need your war bag should always have your Bible, preferably a 1611 with your Apocrypha. If not, have your Apocrypha separate, Bible dictionary, a picture of Caesar, Get a small one of these. You little, you know, about this size that people stick up on the wall. Keep that in your bag. Babylon to Timbuktu. I think there's a couple other books. Life and Times of Caesar Borgia. There's a few books you should have. Now, of course, with phones now, you don't need to carry it. But what you don't want to be is fumbling around with a book because you're so used to a phone that you can't open, and you look silly when you're trying to explain something to somebody because you can't manipulate a book. So make sure you at least have these things. You will need it, all right? So what we need? 46 or something? Who knows where it's at? 42. All right, give me this, all right? Give me from 40, 45. All right, this is Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor. He's a historian. He taught in many universities, and he wrote a few books. He wrote Valley of Dry Bones. I think there's a few versions of this one. Not every single thing in here is accurate, but there's a lot of what he studied and researched that is accurate. You definitely want. Let me see it again. I think you really want the highlighted parts.
Yes, sir.
1 second. Go ahead.
It was giving an example of who the Korahites is now in Joshua chapter 21 and verse 10.
Come on with it.
The book of Joshua chapter 21 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Which the children of Aaron, being of the families of the Korahites, who were the children of Levi, had for theirs was the first lot.
So what? Say that way it is again.
The book of Joshua chapter 21 and verse 10.
Joshua 21 and 10. Let me make a note of that too. But that would be a reference for who the Korahites are. So what? So what? Read it one more time. Read Joshua.
Can. The book of Joshua chapter 21 and verse 10. Which the children of Aaron, being of the families of the Korahites, who were the children of Levi, had for theirs was the first lot.
Joshua, say it again.
Joshua 21 and verse 10.
So what? All right, so ITHES, they were Levites as well. They were Levites by tribe, and of course, one particular family. That was their duty, right? The one above in 31, the Korahites, they was in charge of everything coming out in a pan, anything that you had to bake or cook in a pan. And of their brethren, the sons of the Kohathites were over the showbread. You get the point? The showbread. So that's who it would be, all right, in this particular context. Let me know if you got that ITHES up. All right, let me finish the other brother question. You have it? Read wait, it's 45? Go ahead.
Did we ever get the Donovan Korahites?
No, I don't know if anybody pulled it. You pulled it? Go ahead, let me hear.
It says a son of Esau, a grandson of Esau, a descendant of Caleb, a Levite from whom the Korahites doorkeepers.
Okay, so slow down. So what you want to do with context? Now, don't nobody lose their shit and leave the truth because they say Korahites is a descendant of Esau, all right? We all educated in here. A name is a goddamn name. It's a name. You understand? Somebody could name the child Korahite and name the same thing again. You understand what I'm saying? So the first, what is it? Does it have one or a or something next to it?
A son of Esau.
Before that, right there where it says the son of Esau. Does it have one or an a or?
It has a one, sir.
It has a one. So you need to read that and put it in context, all right? So that would be the first definition, or Korahite. 1, a son of Esau. 2, because people are going to be listening. Remember, there's some group of faggots telling you that Esau could be saved. So you need to be very clear when you're breaking it down. You get the point? So go ahead. So read it again from the top now.
Sir. Number 1, a son of Esau.
Right, that's a son of Esau. There's one of Esau's sons. He has the same name. Go ahead.
2, a grandson of Esau.
Right, a grandson of Esau. I guess they like the name. Go ahead.
3, a descendant of Caleb.
3, a descendant of an Israelite named Caleb. Go ahead.
4.
Caleb was what? Judite? I believe Caleb was a Judite, right? Joshua was the Ephraimite? Or was the other way around? Caleb was
He did something special to claim a land.
one of them was Judite, one of them was Ephraimite. I forget which one. Go ahead.
4. A Levite from whom descended the Korahites, doorkeepers and musicians of the tabernacle and temple.
Right, and that's what it tells you later on in the next verse in 1 Chronicles 9:33. And these are the singers, chief of the fathers of the Levites, who remaining in the chambers were free, for they were employed in that work day and night. Right, so that fourth context is the fourth one, or the third one, fourth one, right? The fourth context there is what you would line up with what SOAP found in Joshua. And that would be a proof itizab of who the Kohathites are. All right. This was a family of Levi. All right. I hope that answers your question, priest. Go ahead.
He says, Counselor, the reason I ask is because some Christian will say there's no cooking on the Sabbath unless you're a priest, according to 1 Chronicles 9:32.
Christian will say what?
Because some Christian will say there's no cooking on the Sabbath unless you're a priest, according to 1 Chronicles 1:32.
1 Chronicles 1. So he's using this to cut them? I'm guessing that's what he's using. He's using this to say these were Levites, they were priests, they was of the priesthood, and they worked on the Sabbath. Because the one he's referring to is saying that the Christians are saying you cannot work on the Sabbath. You can't do nothing. So it sounds like he's saying he's pulling this to show them that if you're a priest, you can. Go ahead.
If I may, he's saying they're using this according to this. They're saying you can't cook unless you're a priest.
Oh, well, they're right. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Yeah, the priest could work on the Sabbath. You get the point? Now, cooking and working is two different things, right? They're working. They're working. If they said you can't cook, that's something else. But the law don't say nothing about cooking. The law says no servile work. So now, if your slavery is you a chef, you shouldn't slave if you could help it. If you we in slavery, you have to slave on the Sabbath, do what you have to do. But ideally, you shouldn't go. You shouldn't do it. You get the point? Now, the priests are allowed to slave on the Sabbath. They're allowed to work because without their work, there's no Sabbath. You understand? There would be no Sabbath service. The priests have to work. They have to open up the temple. They have to light the incense. They have to bake the bread. They have to search you coming in. They have to stand up here and pour oil on your head. They have to work. You get the point? So they are allowed to work on the Sabbath day. Is fine. All right. So you don't even need the scripture to cut them. You just cut them in the cooking part. They have to show you in the law that there's no cooking. What's the other one? Was the one he said in 1 Chronicles 1? Go ahead.
Oh,
no, he said he quoted one earlier up where they said he can't cook.
No, that was the same.
That was the same one. Yeah, you want them to show. Just make them show you the law where it says you cannot cook. You cannot cook, and then take them up to servile work. If your servile work is your slavery, you have to kindle a fire for somebody. Your employer can't force you to do it. If your slavery is your chef, your employer can't force you to do it. It's unlawful for your employer to make you, to schedule you that day. That's how it would be in Israel. You can't force somebody to slave on the Sabbath. Go ahead.
It's like if I may, with a good precept, what's the name? I don't want to say like adding to the scripture, but in the second chapter of Mark, when Pharisees tried to go at Christ because the disciples were picking corn on the Sabbath day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I imagine they had to cook the corn. But you
ain't never been hungrier. You ain't never been really hungry, You ain't never been. It don't say they cooked it. I don't think it said they cooked it. I think they was in that field, brother, and they got hungry and they took that corn, brother. All right. So that's it. That's how you would use that one itazab. All right. So that's it. Yeah, hold on. Did he reply again? Yeah, for the most part, you just want to remember it's servile work. Just remember that servile work. It's not saying you can't wake up and because if you can't cook on the Sabbath, guess what else you can't do?
Start the engine to your car.
You can't wipe your ass out. You can't take a shower. You can't do this. That's working. If you can't cook, that's not what the law is saying. It's talking about servile work. Like, no, you can't. Somebody can't say, hey, you want to come here today and open the shop up. You can't do that part. All right, we good to go? Let's get the other brother's question. What's going on here, Bukash? Up on the anything? All right, no, that's the same brother. No one yala? No one, just hold on 1 second. The brother working on the call for you. All right. Go ahead, Shapat. So now this is the brother's question about the Arabs. All right.
What do you want me to start again?
Babylon and Timbuktu. From that first highlight. Damn, this fall apart that easy? I ain't hanging it like this, sir. I ain't hanging it like this, brother. The fuck. You Commanders fans, boy. Y'all could break anything, boy. Y'all break RG3, y'all break JD5. Now you break Babylon and Timbuktu. Here, nigga, here. All right. Yeah, fine. We ain't going Super Bowl any goddamn way. What's up, Booker? Go ahead. God damn it, brother. Shit. I know I did not hang that book like that. I just turned the page. That should have fall out.
I feel like I was friendly.
The only thing could make that right is one of them hoodies for free. That's the only thing that could make that right. I'm just saying. If you had yours, that wouldn't have happened. Go ahead and read, brother. God damn, brother. Every time I open that book, I'm gonna remember you, brother. Every single time. So what? Appreciate that, brother. Now part 1 and a part 2. Go on. Go ahead.
When my Babylon and Timbuktu. Page 45.
In the second half of the book, since you split it, Moses. Go ahead, God damn.
When Muhammad was born, many Arabs were still worshiping the sun, stars, spirits, and idols. The Arabs possessed 360 idols, one for each day of the year.
Right, when Muhammad was born, Islam was into polytheism, right? Monotheism. Theism is of God. That's the Latin comes from, of God. The Muslims were. So again, Yefton chapter. Who jumping in? Oh, that's no one. Or why didn't no sweater? Yefton chapter. Right? The Muslims were polytheists, meaning they had a god for each day of the year. All right, and any Muslim saying that's a lie, please inbox me so I can give you the proof. Because I done spoke to real Arabs and they said yes, before Muhammad they had a god for each day of the year. 365 gods. That's why you're familiar with the Aladdin movie. The carpet they're on is a god. The genie is a god. Like, they have a god for everything. They worship every damn thing because they're heathens. They didn't know nothing about no Allah before Muhammad. You get the point? Before Muhammad, they had a god for every single day of the year. Right? Go ahead. Come on.
It's like, my man, it's crazy how these days they make every day a special day. Like, it's not National Nacho Day.
It's world, World Cell Phone Day, World Left-Handers Day, World Big Toe Day. Is a day for everything because that's how the heathens are. They need to worship something every day. All right, go ahead.
Just only stay in the highlight.
No, you might. Let me see. You might could read on. You might could read the whole thing on. Yeah, you can read just the highlights, all right? Shepherd boy, remember. Yeah, just the highlighted part, and then when you're done, skip to page 48.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In his youth, he was never taught to read or write.
Right? In his youth, he was never taught to read or write. Their prophet, Muhammad, was a illiterate bastard. He couldn't read. He was dumb. Almost rocks. Go ahead.
But his imagination was
superlative. If the book was together, you would see it. It was superlative. It was superlative, meaning what? His imagination was great. He had imagination like a child, not great in terms of good, but great like a fantastic imagination. Like he'll come in and say he see a dinosaur outside. That's the type of person the historians say he was. And if you ever talk to an Arab, they sit the same way. They're very grandiose. They're very boastful and aloof and think themselves something until they're in a room with an Israelite. And everything they do, you could go ahead and sit in your chair and all. You know how to stay close to man. Like, all right, brother. Right? Until they're in a room with an Israelite and they try to copy everything the Israelite does. Any Arab that's around an Israelite, he tries to do what Israelites do. French Montana, who is a boxing fan here, old school boxing fan. You all remember the Arab from the UK? Yeah, he always dancing. He came in. You could probably pull up Prince Nasir or some shit like that. Some Arab. I think it probably was in the 90s, maybe late 90s or early 2000s. He was very flashy, right? Wearing gold chains, had a GI cut like brothers, and he would dance in the ring like Muhammad Ali, a skinny dude. And they say he was so good. Come to find out, in the off season, he would go to Harlem, New York, to let niggas train him. Puerto Rican, I think, was his head coach. And he would try to, his whole persona was a nigga from the hood. Yeah, I think that's him. Is that him? No, that's not him. This dude was a little skinnier than that. You might not get one with him more flashy. I don't need to see his boxing skills. I'm talking about the damn flashiness, how he would come in the ring and dance and do all kind of shit. And you see all the Arabs there with him. And yeah, that's definitely him. And the tiger print type thing. But you had to see how he would come in the ring and do all that extra shit. All right, you could find it any one time. Once you find some, that fourth one down, shit, you just said it was just there. That one there. Yeah. Say pro debut 92. That's probably the one you want. Right? He would be so flashy doing all kind of shit. Every Arab, the brothers in the UK would tell you that. The Arabs 20 years ago would walk around with the man dress. Now they're dressing like what the UK would call road man, which would be like the Judite equivalent to a hood nigga. Wearing the puffy jackets and the Nike Techs and the black Air Max 95 and the big chain and playing dancehall and driving flashy cars. They don't take the whole game from Benjamin. What do you think? Come on, Bukwachi, let's skip ahead up.
That's the pro debut, so it ain't gonna show that flash.
Oh hell yeah, it's showing all that shit. Ain't nobody was doing none of that.
He got the guy on the shoulders.
Right, even the fringes. You see the garment with the fringes? Say again, he got the what on his shoulders? Oh shit. The rug. Shit, he prayed on that rug before he came out. Even the fringes. That fringes is the Israelite thing. Brothers used to wear that on the boxing trunks. Right or wrong? That his whole persona is a black man's though. He gets way more flashy than this. This here, he's very humble here. How he normally do. Even that. Who do you see doing that thing? That fast, cycle boxing. That's nigga shit. That's how the Arabs do. I think that's enough. We need to, look at this, skinny chest nigga.
Right? Salaka, sir.
Come on out.
And in true heathen fashion, he looks gay trying to be like us. He doesn't look like us. He looks gay.
Brother, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't see him come out there with his shades and the hair slicked. I'm talking slicked down. Don't go look for that. I ain't got time. But you have to go and look it up on your own time. And you'll see him really try to be like a black superstar. And when you go do the history on him, this nigga was coming to Harlem every off season to train with Judites and Ephraimites. And I think his head coach was an Ephraimite teaching him how to box. They always try to be like us. Right, go ahead.
Okay. After Muhammad became a camel driver.
After he became a what?
Camel driver.
A camel driver. Just like the Arabs. What's the Arab slavery when they come to America? Taxi. And so you call a Uber is Ahmed. Ahmed is on his way. Muhammad is outside. Sharif is coming. Because that's what if they're not selling you something, they're in the business of transport, which is why they were so influential in the slave trade. They provided the ships because they were merchants, right? He was a camel driver. He worked taxi. He was the yellow cab. Right, go ahead.
He traveled to remote and intriguing lands.
Mm-hmm.
He led his caravans to Persia, Syria, and Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Transacted business with merchants of every kind.
Mm-hmm.
On his business trips, he met Jews, Christians, and members of other sects.
Right, as he's traveling, he met Jews, Christians, and what?
Members of other sects.
And members of other, denominations, other sect, all right? So as he's traveling, as he's working this damn camel and, moving back and forth, he's interacting with different people. Some of the people he interacted with was Jews, us. Go ahead.
Okay.
And Christians. Go ahead.
Okay. He interrogated them concerning the tenets of their religions.
Right. He asked many questions to find out about the culture of the Jews and, of course, the white man, the Europeans with the Christianity. Go ahead.
Okay. Because he could not read or write, his ears were attentive and keen to everything that the Jews related to him.
Right, which is probably why even with Islam, if you notice, they never, surah something says and the caliph says this or whatever. Their culture is very oral, meaning they all sit in a circle in the mosque and some speaker who is eloquent just talks. And the Quran says something. And the Quran says this, but they never open it and read. If anybody who has ever been exposed to the Islam world, they never open like how we teach and go to Jeremiah, go to this, go to that. You look at anything with them, Farrakhan do a whole speech and never say, hey, brother, post surah something for me. Let me show you something in the Quran. It's always a verbal thing because their leader couldn't read. So he couldn't teach from a book. He had to remember everything and then go back and try to tell people what is what, which is why the headgear looks so jacked up and the clothes look so jacked up because they're trying to be us. You get the point? Go ahead.
Muhammad learned and extracted much from the Jewish religion and compounded it with his new religion, Islam.
Right? Muhammad learned and extracted much from the Jewish religion and compounded it with his new religion, Islam. All right. So he started Islam. It tells you that he started it around around I think 60, 80 or 600, 60 or 600. 680. 600 AD, which is about 600 years after Christ. He started Islam. You go to page 48. You already rip it off. Go ahead. Okay. Please.
The Prophet Muhammad adopted many principles and laws from the Jewish religion.
Right, for the sake of the class, you could just say Muhammad. He ain't no prophet. There's no prophecy in the Quran, none. There's zero. There's nothing that could tell you about the future. Right? Muhammad, read it again.
Okay. Muhammad adopted many principles and laws from the Jew religion.
He took many principles and laws from our culture. Go ahead.
First of all, the basic idea of monotheism, which is the belief in one God.
Say it again. First of all, the what?
First of all, the basic idea of monotheism, which is the belief of in one God.
Which is the belief in one God. That came from the Israelites. That didn't come from nobody else. Everybody else has gods, plural. The Africans, the Chinese, everybody else has gods. Israel is the only people who have one God. Go ahead.
And that would instill that all of them inherited a lie, because they think that the angel Gabriel gave them the Quran and taught him that it was one God.
And Muhammad got that from the Jews. That's straight up and down. I didn't ask the Arab that, and he said yes. He said that's absolutely true. Go ahead.
The Jew confession of the unity of God is
right. That they're giving it in the Yiddish, but it's the Deuteronomy 4 and 6 or 6 and 4. What does it say? Deuteronomy 6 and 4, Shema Yasha'ala Yahweh Alahayanawa Yahweh Akkad, which is, listen, O Israel, the Lord our power is one God. Right? That's the Israelite credo. That says Jewish in there, but it's talking about our culture. Right? He took that and made something where you ever hear they say there's no God but Allah and He's the merciful. That comes from our thing in Deuteronomy. Right? Go ahead.
Okay. Here, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. The Mohammedan slogan is as follows. Let me say it.
You could.
Allah ilaha illallah, Allah
not that shit out. God damn. Nigga start talking in tongues up here. Come on now. Just read the English.
Okay, God. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is
about to try me to I take a drink out. You know, man, I had to break all the wine out. God damn.
Oh God. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the prophet of Allah.
Right. There's no God but him, and Muhammad is his prophet. He had to add himself in there because he created Allah. Really, Muhammad is their God. You understand? He had to add himself in there because who the hell is Allah? Remember, they had 300 and some more gods. Who is Allah? He has to say, I'm his prophet, because he's the one telling you about this nigga. This nigga brand new. So he had to put himself in there. Any more about him spreading by sword?
No.
All right. If it's not highlighted, it ain't no sweat. We ain't got to read it. But that is for the brother who asked the question about if it's shortening, it's not shortening. It's a copy. It's a bad plagiarism of our culture, and it's a bastardization of it. In the Hebrew, the Allah in the Hebrew means power. Alahayim means powers. And the Lord's name is neither one. It's not Allah or Alahayim. It's neither one. It has nothing to do with it. They just copied badly. After Muhammad created Allah, he went to the Jews to try to sell them the idea of this God. He got rejected. He didn't get nowhere with the Christians. So he formed a small army. I think this is after he married Khadijah or whatever the broad name is. He had some money. He formed a small army and started slaughtering people by the sword if they did not accept his new God, which is really accepting him. And that's how Islam became popular. If you don't agree with them, they kill you. That's when they say Islam means to submit. It means to submit, yes, but submit to the sword. It doesn't mean to submit to knowledge or the truth or what's right and wrong. It just means to submit to the sword. All right, and it's the whole jailhouse religion. That's why they bully you into becoming Muslim. They bully you into it because that's what it's about. Go ahead.
Like if I may, and to their whole thing where they say that Angel Gabriel gave them, all that knowledge or the Quran or whatever. If I could, I got a verse that'll kill that.
I'm listening.
Come, the book of Galatians, chapter 1, verse 8. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel other unto you than which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
All right, you could definitely use that for them if they come with that nonsense. I don't even think they're gonna come with it because Islam is not about knowledge. Ain't nobody coming battling you with no knowledge. They'll try to intimidate you. right? I've never seen a Muslim battle go any other way. Good to go. I hope the brother get it. If he responds, let me know. You got no one on the line? Not yet?
I can't get it.
Oh. What's up? What's up with this? Not loading or something?
Constantly. It's not when the computer calls.
It's not doing it. Let's find and see if you could get a refund for that shit too, all right? If they're playing up. No one. You could call somebody's phone if you have anybody's number. And you could just call in and I'm gonna hear your question. All right. I'll just put it up to the mic and we'll see if you could hear your question. If not, you could type it in and we can move on. Anything else?
I don't care.
Come on, let's wrap.
Young Man's Own says, question about payment for of my Passover fee.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pay the payment through the same stream I use to pay my tithes?
No, go to ISUPK.com. You could probably pull it up and show them it. Go to ISUPK.com. Right at the top of the page, it says pay your Passover fee here. You click that thing, and it's going to take you to a link, right? And the brother going to show it to you right now. You go to ISUPK.com. That's how the page looks. You could make it big on the screen, on our screen, all right? You can just make it big. That's how the page looks. ISUPK.com. Pay your Passover fee here. Click that link, and it goes there. Now, it's going to say Atlanta, Georgia at the top. They're going to update it. Don't worry about that part. It's going to be updated soon. Just scroll down, and you start filling out the form. Pay your Passover fee. It's a Google form, but it's going to run into the PayPal. And you could pay, for one person, 2 up to 5, right? You run the whole thing. When you hit submit, it's going to send an email to your email as a reservation. Then you go to that email and you click the link, or depends on your device, it's going to send you straight to the PayPal to pay it all the way through. And you're going to get a receipt with the date saying paid. And the date, of course, is not going to say 2024. It's going to say 2025. It's past the last Passover. It's good for next year. Don't even worry about what you're seeing at the top. That's going to be updated shortly. But you could go right there, pay your Passover fee for right now. Let that shit come in. All right. Anybody else?
Kind. This is Sandy R says, hello, sir. Can a woman who is learning from I.S.U.P.K. and has a son who she wants to follow in your leadership go to classes if her husband is not a believer?
Of course. You could go to the church if you're not a believer. You could go to the mosque. You could go to jail if you're not a believer. Why you can't come to class? Of course, you can come to class. If your husband is forbidding you from coming to class, what you want to do is just call the closest school to you for counsel on it. Most times, 90% of the time, when a sister who has a husband in the world, the brother doesn't want the man, I'm assuming he's a brother, he doesn't want you to come to class because he's been in the Christian church before and he knows every preacher is trying to have sex with every woman in there. So he's apprehensive about it, but there's ways to do that. If somebody could call the brother and let him know, he could come in the class one time and check the whole thing out. He could see our program. More than likely, it's like that. So you could just call and get counsel. But of course, you can come to class. Anybody could come to class. Brother or sister, once you're Israelite born, come to class. All right.
And part of the other question is online only membership available?
Yeah, if you live in Alaska. If you live in the North Pole. But if you somehow could jump on a bus or drive a car, or take an Uber to the nearest Israelite school or UPK classroom, it would be better for your spirit to make it down to that class. It would be better for your growth. It would be better for everything concerning you and your future serving the Lord to be in that class, to be amongst brothers and sisters. Like in anything, there's a benefit of being in there. There's definitely a benefit of being there, or being in here. So I would say that. Now, of course, if you can't make it, you far out, you somewhere stuck in the middle of nowhere where the next closest class to you is hours away, just call for counsel and they'll tell you what to do. And even that, you probably have to make an appearance, every couple of weeks or something. Somebody needs to see you. Somebody would need to see you. You get the point? You gotta come in here and get vetted and critiqued and corrected, and somebody ought to know you. All right. Somebody had to definitely know you. So just call and get some counsel. But to say you live in, you in a 25-mile radius from the school and you want to be online only, my question is why? Why you don't want to be seen? Why you don't want to come and sit in here? Is there something holding you back? Something you're scared about? Just, call and get some counsel. All right? Good?
Okay. There's another one from One West Wakabi. Says, Salaki, sir, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
In Judges 3 and 15, did they keep mentioning Ehud being left-handed because it wasn't the norm, especially for the warriors?
It could be. I'm not absolutely sure. Let's pull it and see. But it could be. But I think even today, there's a lot more left-handers today than I remember. I don't know when you all multiplied, but you all multiplied strong. I remember being a lefty was so rare. It was so rare. Even sports teams would go shopping for left-handed or left-footed players because it was so rare. But there's a lot more today than, in the past. But it's still something sort of rare. Go ahead.
Like I think it was in the book of Judges when they were talking about this left-handed stone throwers that Benjamin
it could
had.
be. Yeah, but definitely could be. You know what I mean? So you could check, you could pull the scripture and read it for the brother, all right? Where we at? Where we at? Judges what?
Judges 3 and 15, sir.
Okay, you could put his question up. So if I had a glance to see it, just let me, glance to see it, all right? Leave it up on the screen until we finish with it. That's ITHES Zona. All right. Judges 3 and 15. Somebody go ahead and grab it.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 3 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
But when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord raised them up a deliverer. Ehud, the son of Gera, a Benjamite,
Mm-hmm.
a man left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
And by him the children of Israel sent a present unto Eglon, the king of Moab.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is that. It's not a normal thing, not absolutely usual to be, lefty. You get the point? It's still considered a, pretty rare, like a skill down there. You left-handed, or that's like a skill. You get the point? It's because it's kind of rare. It's not normal. All right. What else? We good?
No, there's a little more, sir.
Come on.
Young man Solon says, Salaki, sir, is it unlawful or frowned upon for a brother to go to a shop and have his nails properly manicured?
Salaki, say that again. Salaki.
You want to put it up there too?
No.
It says, Salaki, sir, is it unlawful or...
No, Salaki, put it up there. It's a question. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, is it unlawful or frowned upon for a brother to go to a shop and have his hands properly manicured?
Okay. First off, why? Just why? Why would you want to have your hands properly manicured as a brother? Like, what's the motive? Why you want to, you like looking at your hands? It's your hand. You want your hands to be. Okay, it's not unlawful. There's a lot of things that's not unlawful. However, there are a lot of things that's just not expedient. Right? It's just somebody pulled that precept too. It's, the expedient one. All right.
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12.
Yep.
All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any.
Now, this could be applied to a whole lot of lawful activity. All right. Meaning there's, all the things we're talking about is lawful. They're not unlawful. You definitely can do it. Is it expedient for you to be, a man going to Miss San and sitting like this on the shop, and what you doing while she buffing your cuticles? What that's what I want to know. What you doing? You talking to them? You watching the game? You sleeping, brother? Just go bust your fingers up on a construction site. That might be a little bit better for you. Go buy a punching bag and bruise your knuckles up. That might be better for you. No, it's not unlawful. Do brothers get hand and foot care? I don't even like saying what he said, manicure. Yeah, brothers should not use that word pertaining to themselves. You just, hand care, foot care. That's enough, right? Now, you definitely could go and have somebody deal with your appendages if you want to. I wouldn't advise a brother to do it. It's not unlawful, but you can go do it. And, I would imagine there's brothers who do it. They ain't going to no shop, though. They may have a sister in the school who could, help them out. You get the point? There's I know one of the sisters on the brother's ribs, Kowan's rib, I always forget her name. Kowan in Louisiana. I think his rib does care, but for the elderly and people who have illnesses that can't take care of the nails, right? For older people who have diabetes or they have some foot problem, and she takes care of the nails and stuff like that. So there's sisters in the school who do it. Sometimes maybe a brother might go to them. But I wouldn't advise a brother to do it. I wouldn't advise it be done. However, it's not unlawful. If you do it, fine. Just don't come tell me you just came from the salon. Don't. I'm making a request. All right. If you do it, you could be asking on behalf of somebody, because I know, of course, you're trying to fish brothers and sisters into the school. But just make sure and just tell them, don't come and ask me how I like them. And if I think they look fly and shit like that, I'm going to end up in a council and I'm going to be fine with it. I'm just telling you straight up and down. There's some things, just leave it for the daintier sex act. Leave it for the broads, brother. Leave, they want to paint the nails and look nice, and me, I just bite the motherfuckers out. God damn, I just bite it down to a point, and that's just that. I sit right here and smoothing that shit to hell out. What are we talking about? You get the point? It's a lucky. I hope I answered that as best as possible. But I would not. Y'all better not never see none of y'all niggas in no nail shop. Shavat la. I'm just telling you straight up and down. La. Good. Y'all ain't trying to make me keep this black hair that I have here. I see my past over here trying to make me look like what's the nigga on CNN, Wolf Blitzer. I'm gonna be up here full of gray hair. You want to go to the damn salon to get manicured? Let me say Hebrew Academy coming up. Let me see how manicured you're gonna be. I want to have knobs. That's what you need to have.
I got an issue with scratching myself in my sleep, so I got do my own.
Okay, I'm not saying you can't cut your nails and all,
but I don't do all the sawing it down.
You could do that too. You could do that too. You could do that yourself. You could get the file. You could get a file. You could get a file and do your shit yourself. But the question was, didn't they say salon and manicure? That's something else. That involves polish and shit. And so, what we talking about?
So he getting cured from being a man. I was like, oh.
I'm not going to go that far. I'm just going to say that there's some things as a brother you don't want to do. Some things, you shouldn't even want to be around. You know what I mean? You get the point? No, again, you have a rib or something. You want to let them go, soak your feet up and, rub them heels down for you with a stone. Do all that shit. She want to do that for you, fine. Yeah, your foot look like Count Dracula. You had to go see Messiah and them to, deal with them claws coming off your toes. Fine. You gotta go in there and get manicured. I ain't too sure. Do whatever you need to do. Just don't come show me and don't sin. All right, that's all. Just pay your tithes, don't sin. That's your business. There's some things that's just your business. Yeah, all right. That's all I'm gonna say.
Salagi, sir.
Because if you notice, I was waiting on you to cut in and out. I don't know what the fuck it takes so goddamn long now. There's some questions because you need to deal with that. You have the right timing, the right tone, Go ahead, because I take it away. Shit.
No,
I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna disrespect somebody. I'm gonna get called out for that. So, like, so I didn't like how you answered that. Then don't ask the question, nigga. God damn, man. We all trying. I'm trying up here. Go ahead, Kazak.
No, couple cuts. I just want to say it's the I.S.U.P.K is a truly a blessing in the earth for blacks and Hispanics, Native Americans, especially the brothers, because what I'm realizing is there's a lot of things that brothers just don't know if you're not around righteous men. And I remember, for example, I was in middle school and I was at my granny house, and she just, with your grandma, she do all kind of stuff, and she cut all our nails and then put clear polish on all our nails, the clear jump. And I remember I went to school, and one of the girls, I was seeing the girls whispering at the desk. I'm like, what the hell are they whispering about? And one of them finally was like, do you got clear polish on your nails? And I was like, yeah, I ain't seen nothing wrong. I was like, yeah, my granny did it. And then one of them was like, that's gay. And I remember the feeling I felt in that moment, like you betrayed me. It was like, because if you don't know no better, it's like you have to find out the hard way. So the point I'm saying is, the Lord put the UPK in the earth, so brothers don't have to go through certain scars and pains of learning something the rough way versus a brother telling you, brother, that's not wise to do that. You shouldn't do that. Like, I wish I had somebody to tell me, nigga, clear polish for what? Like, I wish I had that, and I didn't see nothing wrong with it at that time because I didn't have nobody to tell me, like, no, don't let her put that on your nails. So I had to, I was scarred from that. Like, bitch, I ain't gay. I was like, I just let my granny do it, but I had to learn.
So we could go right down the back. I'll show you how not gay I am. You don't get to know all these polishes.
Right.
Listen, that was an innocent thing. That was an innocent thing. And to a point, you're blameless in it because, you trusted an adult. You get the point? You trusted an adult with the thing. And, I don't think your grandmother had any ulterior agenda with it. I know even now, today, athletes are painting their nails with this black polish that's supposed to help with the cracking, the experience from, being so rough with their appendages. So maybe she knew something back then that we didn't know. I don't know. But that there was more of an innocent thing. Like, you didn't go say, hey, granny, deal with these. That's a little bit different. But I do get your point where we're living in a time now where the lines are so skewed and blurred. It's better to ask the question that might seem embarrassing. It's better to go through it, because what's normal now is not normal. That's not a normal thing for a man to do or even be worried about that. Like, a man really is, supposed to be dirty. He's supposed to be extra, whatever. The whole, clean thing and always prim and proper and every hair in place, that's for women. That's for women, which is why, you become of age and you get abroad. She kind of critiques your look. She kind of is, let me iron this for you. Let me wash this for you. I see them heels. Take this here, use this when you come out of the shower. Because that ain't your thing. Your thing is to make sure nobody don't die. And if anybody had to get killed, you doing it. And the things outside. You get the point? That's not really a thing. But because of how we are today, brother, we have a lot of time to worry about shit that who cares? Like, when you really think about it, who are you polishing and cleaning those nails for?
Right.
Like, for what? And if you say it's for nobody, it's just for you, how much time are you spending looking at your nails? Like, there's work to be done in Oahu and Aquafian. There is work to be done. There's a lot to do. I'm sure go into how much is how long is a nail appointment for you sisters who go every week, every 2 weeks? See, I know the good. Be honest, Tawada, give her a hand. You're sitting over there like, well, I don't go nowhere. So bullshit. I see you all at every cookout about an hour. As a man, you have an hour to spend on you're gonna wipe your ass. You do know that shit. You know you're going, you might have to change the oil in the car. You might have to change a tire. That's just, you want to put things in a certain amount of perspective. I'm trying to think. There's a scripture about manfully. In fact, give me that. Give me the other one. When I was a child, childish things. Give me that. Now that I'm a man, give me that. I think that's 1 Corinthians. All right. And this is more so for everyone, not just the brother who asked the question. All right.
1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11.
To what?
When I was
Go ahead.
Sir. When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I understood as a child. I thought as a child.
Right.
But when I became
Stop right. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I did childish things. I understood as a child. And that's, as a people, that's how we operate. This is how we operate. I'm not sure if it's why the white man calls us boy, or it's because he calls us that so much we behave juvenile. We are as a people, we are very juvenile in how we think, things we do. You come into the UPK, you damn near take on such a mature spirit, an adult spirit. You could be 19 and people think you're 28. Because in the short time in here, your perspective changes. The way you think changes. You're going to go through something that's going to harden you a bit. It's going to harden you. You're going to lose people who you loved, friends, family, whatever. They're going to turn their back on you. Something might happen where you go through it. And because you go through it, you damn near, for want of a better expression, you damn near man up. You manned up. And this is for the sisters too. You go through something where you're not so silly anymore. You're not so ditzy and dainty. You're putting thought into stuff now. You're considering different outcomes. And because of that, even your countenance changes, not for the worse, for the better. Because now people look at you and it's like, you seem sort of responsible. You could do this. It might happen on your slavery. Your manager, your co-worker start coming to you way more now. And you'd be like, what the fuck are they asking me all these damn questions for? Because you look older than them, not older like age, but like somebody who should be telling them what to do. You get the point? And that happens in the truth. And because we in the world, we've only been taught to be children. We haven't been taught to really be adults and take charge of something and have this plan and doing this and put things together. You get the point? We're not really like that as a people. We haven't been allowed to be like that. We've been stunted, if you want to put it like that. We've been stunted as a people. You get the point? Keep going, Kazak.
Kawakan. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
When I became a man, I put away childish things. Like in here, it teaches you how to be a man. And by extension, how to be a woman. It teaches you how to really function in a family, how to function in a certain way. Like in here, brother, the children get to be children as long as they're children. Leave them, let them do this. Leave them, let them do their children. There's going to come a time where they can't do none of that shit no more. So let them have the fill of it now. Later, it's going to be required of them some more. There's some things that's going to be required of them. And that's just life in the truth. For the brother who asked the question or anybody else who may have questions like that, ask them. But be prepared for the answer and be prepared to now submit yourself to the answer. Right? You should ask everything if this is one of your questions. You should ask what color socks you should wear.
Right.
I'm telling you straight up and down. You should ask everything. In here, brother, you get told what you could eat. You get told sometimes when you could eat. You could get told what to drink. You get told what woman you can marry. You get told what husband you could have. Like that's how far it goes, because without it, what will you do? Look at Kanye West. He's 40-something, was once a billionaire, and is a child. You went on a whole rant about the Jewish man. Now you're sitting down apologizing to him like a child. You understand? Like as a people, we really just come to the Israelite school of UPK. You're gonna find out the truth, and you're gonna learn how to live it. You're gonna learn how to live it. You're gonna be able to put it in practice because somebody is gonna task you and then require it back from you. And that's something we don't get in the world. Nobody gives us the task to go complete and then follows up and be like, did you do that? Did you do that? And then check you if you didn't do it or reward you if you did it. Or sometimes you did it, they put more on you because they realize you got way more potential than you think. So I can't let you be satisfied at this one little level here. I'm not even going to make a big deal about this shit here because you are way more than that. I can't let you think, oh, you done, I to give you some more because you could achieve way more. You just can't see it. And now you're going to grow into a man. You get the point? Go ahead. You need the mic in. Oh, so what? I'll do that. So what? You're requiring it of me. I appreciate that. I like the code, but I need a hoodie. Put this out. Remind me to put this out every class until I get my hoodie. Nah, I'm joking with you. I definitely didn't give it to you like that. All right, but yeah, you definitely want to ask the questions, but put away childish things. I wouldn't care about your nails. If you have a problem, I think he replied he had a problem biting his nails. If you bite your nails down to the point it bleeds, your problem is not your fingernails. Your problem is mental. It's anxiety, nervousness. You might need to get counsel. You might need to talk to somebody. And you might need another activity that requires you to want to do this, but then you don't do it. Right? This is biting your nails down to the damn knob till they bleed, till they get sore. It's a reaction to many things. It could be trauma. It could be anxiety. It could be a whole lot. And you just might need some help with that. What you don't need is to go see Miss San to sit there and have your cuticles and let them tell you how soft and nice your hands is. You just definitely don't need to do that. Go, hit the gym. Go get a punching bag. With a punching bag about $50. Beat that shit all the way up. Bloody your hands, Bloody your hands. Let me give you another hint. Usually, things brothers do is for some woman. If there's a woman telling you about she only wants nails that's, what is it, manicured, don't talk to her no more. You need the bro that want them hands rough. She holding your hand because her hands is soft and your hands is not. That's what you need. You need that type of woman. I'm just speaking in general. I'm not saying this is what this brother's issue is, but just in general. You want the nails manicured. Now, of course, wash your hands, cut your nails, them type of thing. You buy a big nail clipper, cut your damn nails, do whatever. But for the most part, you don't need to go there and submit yourself to that thing. All right, please. Imagine you coming to camp. It's like it's I was, they missed my appointment at the salon. I'm gonna send your ass back to fuck home, man. I'll ask you to never come to camp again. Yeah, I'm telling you, Salaki. I'm gonna write the longest letter to the general, begging him and pleading him. I'm gonna give him a 3-page essay why that shit can't come in here. I'm gonna go into the chemicals is dangerous for the men in the camp and damn nail polish. I'm gonna go in there and say the chemicals lower sperm count, so it's affecting the babies. You can't come to camp. Yeah, don't do that. Just ask the questions though, but don't do that shit. Do not. Please. Let's move on now. Enough time with that shit. Oh, that's Samson over there, man. The bottle one, don't know that's the big case. That is 36 case in the bottle one. That ain't the 6-pack. He don't give a damn. What's the next question? What we got?
Concert is from Austin the 1 year. It's like, sir, if I may, haven't heard it in a while. Was it still taught that Christ's returning in the winter and on the Sabbath? If so, can I get a scripture for that, sir?
What? Yo, I might, cause I'm out of pass this class to you soon. I think either I'm out of touch or I missed some classes in my life. Okay, he's got before.
Yeah, Carl. So he asked me. I meant to ask you. General Muhammad broke this down years ago. I haven't heard him break it down, but he said the scripture. I'm trying to pull it up now. It's in Matthew 24 and 20 when it says, "Pray that their flight is not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day."
Okay,
And
that's the precept he's asking about, or you sure that's the one?
Yeah,
okay.
this the one.
No sweat. Okay, that's a lock here. Y'all scaring me out. I'm so serious. Listen, because I questioned my whole pedigree right here, and I'm like, what? Jeremiah Hyman broke this shit down.
Come on,
I was about to listen. I'll give up the ghost if that's the case. Shit. Okay, pull the precept. No one, just confirm that that's the precept you're referring to. All right, pull the precept for that. And if that's the precept, that's not what it's saying, because of course, what does the Bible say?
This is the book of Matthew.
One second. What does the Bible say that that's not what this is saying? Shapat?
No man knoweth the hour, nor the time.
No man knoweth the day, the hour, the time, not even Christ. Christ is waiting on the order to come back. He can't even come on his own. The Lord had to say, get the army, go down there. He's waiting on the order. Not even Christ knows the day or time he coming back. So that this precept can't mean that. All right? So that's where you go. Always remember, like the general say, the Bible is like a river, right? And if you know anything about rivers, they come from waterfalls, which comes from rain, and they empty into the sea. And it's the same thing from the top of the mountain to the mouth of the sea, back to the sky, back to the top of the mountain. It's the same water. There's nothing different. Nothing ever different. So if you already know, no man know at the time, this can't say he's coming back in winter. You just don't know the breakdown, but you know this cannot say that part. All right, go ahead and read what he asked about. You wrote the scripture down, Shapat? What does he want?
He says,
did he confirm that that's what it is? All right, Matthew 1. Matthew 24 and 20. Let's get it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 20. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter.
All right, Matthew 24, the entire chapter is about signs of Christ coming, the prelude to the end of the world as we know it today, meaning this society. So it's running on a whole ton of things: wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places, famine, pestilence, all that thing is running down. And then they reach to verse 20, right? Read 20 again.
But pray ye.
Hold on, let's skip up to you can start at 14. Tawab over there. You ain't tearing up that shit though. You're taking your time with that motherfucker over there. But my little archaic book, you treat like an immigrant. Go ahead, read it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come.
Right? So the truth is going to be preached. We're going to be out there speaking, prophesying on the internet, everywhere, putting the word of the Lord out into all nations, because that's where our people are gathered. And once it reached to that point where the Lord decide, then will be the end. We close to it now based on the prophecy. Keep going.
Verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet,
mm-hmm.
stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand.
Right, the abomination of desolation. This act here happened already, literally. Right? This act has happened literally. I believe this is in the book of Daniel, where they sacrificed the pig on the altar. Right? They sacrificed the swine on the altar, and nobody did anything about it. That's what it means when they said the abomination of desolation stands. Christians and fake Israelites believe that the abomination of desolation standing is a person. That's why, you ever see the Omen, Damien Omen? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the Dinos, all that shit, horror movie shit. They're looking for one person to be the Antichrist. That's where Christians get it from. This is one of the places they get it from. that somebody will arise in the earth and he'll stand, and they'll call him the abomination of desolation. That's not what this means. This means the abomination of desolation, meaning they put a pig on the altar, our holy altar, and sacrifice the pig there, and it stand, meaning nobody did anything about it. They did it, and that stood. That thing was established there. You get the point? You say, when you see the abomination of desolation happen, that's spoken in the book of Daniel, meaning he prophesied this. Whosoever read it, let him understand. That's what he's saying, let him understand, because this is not talking about a man. This is talking about a thing that Daniel prophesied. I think I misspoke earlier. Daniel prophesied it happening, and it was going to happen to us in this time, right? Keep reading.
Verse 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Now, when that happens, is when the Romans come in there, much like the Apocrypha with Mattathias and the Greeks and the Romans. They did the same thing there, sacrifice a pig on the altar, right? But that one did not stand because Mattathias killed the king's man and led a whole revolution. Then there was one still to come. That's what happened with the 70 AD destruction. With the invasion with Vespasian on them, that shit stood because nobody fought them niggas back. And they haven't left Israel since. You get the point? They went in there and they have been occupying the day till this day. Right? That's it. That one stood. They say, then when that happens, let them which be in Judea flee to the mountains. Meaning, go, leave. Leave. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Let him which is on the top, so like it, which is on the housetop, not come down to take anything out of his house.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes.
When this thing happened, you cannot go back to pack it. When it's time to leave, leave. That's just it. It's a spirit that goes through the Bible. Where else did this happen before?
In Egypt, Passover.
No, because there was some preparation. Moses gave some instructions on what to do. This one is a little bit more sudden. Go ahead, sis.
Lot and his wife.
Lot and his wife. They had to roll. And they said, don't turn back. She turned back. Like this, you can't love nothing more than the order. You have to be in love with the order and the system of things. And that's how things move and work. And that's how you survive shit. If you attach to anything like that, when it's time to function in the system or the order or the process, you won't be able to because you just bought, a new dress, new shoe. You ought to go back to the house. They said, if you're on top of your roof, come down and leave. Don't even go into your house. When this thing happened, get the point? When the abomination of desolation happened, brother, it stands, meaning when I say it stands, meaning we have no more fight to fight these Romans off no more. There's nobody leading a charge against them. If you stay there, they will eat you. These Romans, these white people, they're not normal. You get the point? They're not usual. You understand? He's saying leave. Go ahead.
Verse 19. And woe unto them that are with child.
And woe unto them that are with child. Why is that? Keep reading.
And to them that give suck in those days.
No one, y'all, if you're listening, woe unto them that with child and give suck in those days. Why is Christ saying woe unto them? That's with child and give suck in those days. Salaki Shapad, I didn't like this. Nah, fuck with you. No one, y'all, why is that? Why is it saying woe unto them? Who knows? Oh, no one, y'all, if he could answer. Let me know if he answers. Give him some time. Keep reading.
Verse 20. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter.
Right. Go ahead.
It's like neither on the Sabbath. It's like neither on the Sabbath day.
Mm-hmm. But pray ye that your flight is not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Right. Oh, I think he answered.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He says time going to be rough.
That's true, but you want to break it down a little bit more than that so everybody fully understand. I know I saw something fly. You see what kind of light incense at? It's smoking over here. God damn it. Y'all know who used to steal the matches in the house when I was little. No wonder that bitch ain't burned down. All right. You can't for water a woman who's heavy with child because we had to move quick. And they head into the mountains. How is she, how's she gonna be moving? She heavy with child and giving suck, meaning this baby is young. We can't even move in silence because this child gonna cry the minute the titty nut in his mouth. It's gonna be rough. Go ahead. What's on verse 20 say?
Verse 20. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter.
But pray that your flight be not in the winter. Now, no one, y'all, now that we get to here, why is he saying, pray ye that your flight be not in winter? You answer yet? All right. Line up any other questions we have. What time is it?
Time is 8:48.
All right, cool. We'll go into the topic right after. Anything yet from him? All right. Why anybody else? Why you don't want the flight to be in the winter? Go ahead. He answered. Come on.
Says being in the cold while on a run with not such clothing to heat yourself.
Yeah, it's rough to be in the cold when you're prepared. You all been at camp? Go ahead. Yeah, it's rough to be in the cold when you are prepared. Every camp there be, somebody gonna go in the Starbucks. You get the point? It'd be rough. So imagine when you're not prepared, when this call just comes. This call comes and you just had a role, which is why, okay, as Israelites, we are very prepared type of people. We always, we think a certain way, we move a certain way. You know what I mean? You want to be prepared. Even the Bible says the men in ancient times wore glorious and warlike apparel, because we were never a nation of, let's say we would never this what we have today, especially from brothers, right? Where, not knocking the brother here, but just in general, like the average person dresses a certain way. Brother, do you know when in skinny jeans you can't fight? Who the hell is you fucking fighting with skinny jeans? You had to jump to, yeah, exactly. He knows. You had to jump to put jeans on, brother. You can't kick. You can't run. Times before with the big jeans and the long t-shirts. Who you scrapping in that shit up? Get the point? And sidebar, your dress code comes from Esau. Your dress code totally comes from Esau. I think the long white tees and the blue jeans. Remember that era with Nelly and all of them? Yeah, the tall tee, but it had to be white. That comes from the feds, I believe, because that's how they would identify the street niggas. It would be easy to pick you out because not everybody dresses like that. That was a certain type of person's dress code. That was easy for them. Also, you brothers with them skinny jeans, you can't carry no sewing machine. Where's that fitting? And I see you all wearing these crop tops now, nigga. Who you showing this navel off to? That's what I want to know. Who you showing that little hair that comes up from the pubic area up to the navel? Who's that? Who's supposed to see that shit? Like, y'all got the game all the way twisted all the way up, man. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, so I was getting my hair braided one time,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a brother that came in and first I was talking about brothers who had the purses, and then this brother came in with the purse, and I just had to ask him. I couldn't help myself. So I was like, hey, what's up with y'all, with y'all wearing the purses? He was like, it's not what about the purse, what's in the purse. He like kind of gave me a look. I'm
Got
like,
a Glock in the purse.
yeah. So I'm like, do you know I can, knock you out before you even open the purse?
Right.
He doesn't understand the distance.
Even if he gets the shot offer, let's say he get a shot offer, or he pull out whatever, I'd be highly impressed at, because this is this thing. It's sling across him. He had to zip it, open it like Eve. You know how a woman goes in her purse? And he has to move things around. Say, hold up, wait, I got some for your ass. I'd be highly impressed if you get anything off doing that shit. Like, goddamn, man, you deserve to shoot me if you dip in a purse and pull something out that's going to hurt me. Yeah, they got it all wrong with. Oh, you ready to take over the class of battle one? You ready? You need to take it over? Or could I continue? Let me know. He looking at me like, nigga, you know I need to take over this class. It's about you're on the right road. You're on the right road. All right. So yeah, prayer. Did he answer prayer flight is in winter? Prayer flight is not in winter because you don't want to be out there in the cold. Remember, that's where you're gonna sleep, where your food gonna come from. You understand? Every fire you light, you're letting them know where you are. Once again, we're not thinking warlike, we're not thinking strategic. We're not thinking like that anymore because we've done fallen weak under the oppressor. You get the point? So that's it.
If I could, sir.
Go ahead.
So like I said, this Officer William. Yeah, even in the scripture, it tells you that that's not what Christ is saying, because he's telling you to pray that it's not in the winter. He's telling you like
it definitely you know that based on being in class for sure, but a young brother who may be studying on his own see it for the first time because of the damn internet you don't know what could come into his mind from it. You understand what I'm saying? I definitely get what you're saying, but I do remember reading certain precepts and thinking one thing and it's not that, and it's just it's just the natural progression of things. He's a young brother. He saw it, and for some reason that settled in his mind. Maybe he heard it somewhere else or something else. Yeah, he trying to tell me the party done. That's what he's saying. If he had that big hook and then big hooks from the comedy show to pull me off stage with the big hook, you had to plug it back. Oh, it's good. So you understand what I'm saying, Warrior?
So I definitely understand.
Yeah, it's definitely that part. I think some brothers like you said, they done been around long enough for the breakdowns, so y'all could damn near piece it together. But it's whatever it is confused in his mind, I hope it's set straight now. So that's what he's describing. The one, not so much that pray you don't have to do it in wintertime because that's when he's coming back. That's not what it's talking about, because of course no man knows the day or the time. All right.
Salagi, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I was talking to him, there's a specific class. Like I said, this was a couple of years ago. General Muhammad was describing before the school split and the whole when they would believe in Christ. They were at the time they were teaching that Christ would come back in 2000, and General Muhammad was saying that they were in the school, and it was brothers saying like, okay. As the time was winding down, like he said it was like 1999. He's like, as the time was winding down, it was like they were looking, either he said they weren't looking for, or they were looking for this like a couple Sabbaths passed, and it was like, okay, well, it's in the winter time, so it was like it's not too much time to get to 2000, and so that's where the like I said, the premise. The premise came from that.
Yeah, okay. They were looking in the winter time because of Esau's calendar of the year 2000. Those of you who old enough to remember, Y2K was the fucking boogeyman.
Yeah.
You all think AI is scary? Brother, 1999 was like everybody thought this was it. This was it. I done heard the stories. Listen, bro, there was brothers in the school was, doing things thinking January 1st, we gonna be free. So it's you can imagine how far my mind could go, thinking the end Christ is going to be back tomorrow. You get the point? Go ahead.
Salagi, Prince had a whole song on.
Tonight we're going to party like it's 1999, because it was, I think since like the 70s, it was so much of a Y2K, year 2000. It was, at one time, the 2000s seemed so far away. Movies would, there would be movies in the 90s saying 2025 and there'd be flying cars and shit in the movie. I know we in 2025. Now the cars drive by themselves, but ain't the shit flying. Because it just the human mind perception of time, they start imagining shit. So there was a huge push, and then of course that year 2000 prophecy, which was of course absolutely right. Ariel was not wrong for it. Brothers was, totally plugged into it. So even though that prophecy came, you still had to, work towards there and beyond. Go ahead.
When I was a senior, telling my age, this freshman, they graduated in the year 2000. We used to be like, dang, you don't graduate till next century, bro.
Yeah, that changing of the century was scary for a lot of people. For a whole lot of people got nervous breakdowns in 1999. Churches was packed more than ever. Old year into new year 1999, it was it was so huge. And then when January 15th 2000 came around, niggas are looking at each other like we still here. And then it seemed like after that, just everything church-wise or biblical-wise, people realize, okay, we can't put too much faith into that. So that's the premise, I guess, the brother is looking at. But that's why they looked at winter time, because New Year is in the winter, the white man's New Year. You get the point? The Most High's New Year, of course, is Passover. But that's the premise that was, the pervading thought back then. But this precept here has nothing to do with that. They was looking at it as Christ gonna be back. The world gonna end in 2000, and that's not what happened. All right, good to go. Anybody else? Any questions in the room before we move on? Go ahead.
I have a question.
Please.
Like, sir, I'm a union president, and I normally give out turkeys and food for the holidays. If that's the truth,
we need about 20.
Work money.
Is what?
It's for work money. Contract.
You just said you give out turkeys, nigga.
I said union, but since
you're lucky you didn't rip this book out. I'd fleece you for some turkeys. I didn't. Hold on. You want to read up something, man? Let me set you up because your Patsy I framed them. Go ahead.
Since I don't celebrate holidays, I need to do it.
Okay, so you hand it out to what, people on your slavery? Okay, so how is it like? It's just because you are their leader. Okay, go ahead.
They pay union dues, so instead of the union keeping the
it's
money,
a gesture.
I give out for holidays. I do parties, cookouts for them.
Okay.
To give back. For the last 3 years, 2 years, I haven't done it.
And they having a problem with you?
Sir.
It's not. Protect your neck out. Watch your six at all times. Might end up in a trunk. Black Friday morning. Last thing, nigga, where my turkey? I mean, you could just let them know, Okay, what did you have in mind to handle it?
I just wasn't going to do it.
I told
them, I don't believe in holidays, so I wouldn't give out turkey. So I usually have a Christmas party, but now I changed the party to like February, just have an end of the year party or new for them, because I won't do a holiday party. I won't put my name on anything that says holiday, or because it's still coming from me and my name will be on it.
I understand. Okay. Let me ponder on that for a second. This definitely something you could do. There's definitely something you could do, right? It might involve passing that duty on to somebody else, and they could.
Sir.
Come on.
So, like I said,
other contents right there.
I have a similar situation every year, right? So what I did is I always empower some heathen under me, right? And I just make them feel good and give them extra tasks. And it empowers them, and they handle all that stuff. I pass off a lot of tasks to heathens who are under me, and they gladly do it because they're already in the spirit and they love doing stuff like that. But I don't touch any of that stuff, sir.
You could do that. That's what I'm saying. You might involve you passing it off to somebody else, and they'll just request the funds from you to do whatever. That day is not the truth. That's your job. You manage the money. you know, it's really neither here nor there as long as you're not involved in it. You get the point? Or you could organize other things for them at other times of the year, or you could make it so that it's like a food pantry thing. Somebody who needs it could come and get food. You get the point? Maybe you don't get turkeys. Maybe you just give away food in general. You get the point? Whatever they want, you buy a ton of gift cards, you give it to them. Gift cards is fine. You get the point? You get, November bonus or whatever, or do it some other time so it's not tied to this Thanksgiving shit. You understand what I'm saying? And that'll be it. And you get rid of that part. It translates into gift cards, and they could go get what the hell they want with it afterwards. You understand? And that's that. Over the Officer Warrior says also good, where you appoint somebody events manager, or social out. Give it some title, some old social outreach nail polish manicure person. And they plan all these fun events, and you ain't got shit to do with none of that. You get the point? You don't show up and let the clowns have the circus. You know what I mean? There's a few things you could definitely do if that's the case. Or you could you have me thinking now. Don't worry, hold on. I'll get some counsel on some of my ideas, brother, because you have me in counsel saying there, this nigga get me fired. All right, but what a warrior I'm saying, some of it is definitely too hard. We could do that too. All right. Sweater. All right, where we at now? We good to go? Any more? All right, so that last question there is good to go into the topic, right? How many of you all saw? Give me a picture of Trump and the Saudi man up there. How many of you all saw the meet and greet with Trump and the Saudi crown prince, Salman or Salam or whatever his name is? Anybody saw it? You also saw the interview with him? Trump gets so horny over money. We should have seen him talking about the billions, bro. He was cackling, and he had a piece of paper in his hand, and he hit the Saudi prince on his knee like, "You're gonna get that $1 trillion," and he's smiling like it's cracker. Like, he gets so excited over the thought of money. I could imagine if money is right there in front of him. So they announced that this Saudi prince was going to invest $600 billion into America, right? Trump in the press conference, I don't even know if they talk about this shit. Trump say, by tomorrow, he's my good friend now. He's my good friend here. We're going to talk some more by tomorrow. I think we're going to come to an arrangement of $1 trillion on the spot. 2 minutes later, the Saudi prince say, yeah, I think we could come into $1 trillion. And Trump damn near lost it. He damn near, he lost it. $1 trillion never been done before. $1 trillion. Imagine that. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. And we're going to buy the fighter jets and this and that. This is a huge deal between America and Saudi Arabia, right? Now, from prophecy, Commander John Yahanna has always been saying, once the Saudis get involved, we are a step closer to it. And this here is a branch or a exit or a off-ramp for Saudi Arabia to get involved with the current conflicts that's going on in the world with Russia and Ukraine, Israel and Gaza. It's definitely, and of course with Russia and Ukraine, China is involved already. The Hamites is involved. Now you have the Saudis coming in. And now Trump, of course, in his first term, this crown prince, according to the investigative report, he ordered the execution of a few people, including, I think, a Washington Post news reporter. And they cut his head off, cut his body off, all kind of shit. So they asked the Trump, what about this reporter that got killed? Trump said that's very embarrassing. How you going to embarrass a guest like that, blah, blah, blah. He knew nothing about it. Then the prince is like, if you don't mind, Mr. President, he said that was a mistake. That was very bad what happened. And we're going to do things to make sure that don't happen again. It didn't mean for it to happen like that. He down there backtrack. It's two different answers. You get it. This whole thing here between two of them is a huge money deal. And it's lining up with what was prophesied in the earth to happen. All right. Give me Ezekiel 37. Also give me Revelation 18. $37 or $38? $38. All right, let's start with Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. I start at 1. Whoever have it, read. Let's go. Come on.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God.
Mm-hmm.
The land of Magog,
Magog.
Magog,
Mm-hmm.
the chief prince of
Meshach.
Can you say it?
Meshach.
Meshach,
Mm-hmm.
the water. And Tubal,
Mm-hmm.
the prophecy against him. Verse 3. And say, Thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach,
Mm-hmm.
and Tubal.
No sweat. Don't worry about it. Who is this talking about here? Who knows? All right. This Ezekiel 38 chapter is a major prophecy. A lot of it is happening right now. Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog. Right? Either one. Go ahead.
That's Russia. And
Right. Go ahead.
And all the Soviet Union.
This is talking about Russia and all them little territories around the USSR or the former USSR, right? Because Russia area is smaller than what used to be USSR. So this is talking about that. Gog and Magog in the Bible, you go back to Genesis, the real Genesis, is the sons of Japheth, right? Who have ears to hear will hear. Do you think? Right? Is sons of Japheth. Right, so a lot of fake Israelites and Christians read this and say this is not a prophecy about the white man, but about the sons of Japheth, because that's who Gog and Magog are. But that's not who. What's up, Bob?
I was gonna say, I'm sure, Gog and Magog is more so land, and so it's talking about Russia because they at the land.
Well, that's what I was going to just bring it out. Japheth, that was their land before. Right, that Russia territory, Japheth was up there before, and that's why that land is Gog and Magog. Esau came in there after and pushed them out of Europe and took their land, much like the white man came and took this land from the native Indians, who are the real Americans, if you want to put it like that. Go ahead.
It's like also with like Mesariah. It was named after the people that were there. That's around.
It's similar, right? Because Mitzrayim is Egypt, the Egyptians, right? Same thing. I know, but Mitzrayim is land of bondage, right? I think the house of bondage.
Egypt.
I think that means house of bondage, right?
It
means house of bondage. This one here, Gog and Magog, is the sons of Japheth in name, but it's referencing the people in that land, right? So this is a prophecy against the people in that land today, which is Russia. The Russians is there, which are also Europeans. Magog is the smaller territories, all them Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and all them stands up there, and Bosnia and Kosovo and Chechnya and all them places. They were all USSR territories. And in the past, Russia was, of course, what? Super communist, right? Communist, this was under who was there? That was who? Stalin? That was Stalin, right? Later on, they started turning to democracy. I believe who was those? Gorbachev? Gorbachev with Reagan or Nixon? Reagan. When he came to America and he took him to the supermarkets and showed Gorbachev all the wealth America had. The shelves was full. And Russia at that time, they had bread lines. They had bread lines, and a lot of European countries do that too, where they have hard times and they ration the food out, like almost like what Trump is doing now with the social welfare programs, where he want to tell you what you could spend. That's a very European thing to do, where they would ration your food out by your height and weight and age, where you need a certain amount of grams of carbs and protein and sugar, and they give you that, and you have to, like a budget, and that's all you get. And Russia had bread lines at that time because they was going through severe economic turmoil. And America started to seduce Russia towards the ways of the West. In comes Putin, right? And at first, Putin was following suit and then turned on America, turned back and started going the opposite way, right? Keep reading. Whoever was reading, somebody pick it up for me, all right? Whoever could, pick it up quickly.
Oh, God. I was on 3. And say, thus saith the Lord, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws. And I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
Right? He said, I would put a hook in your mouth and turn thee back, like a fish that's swimming in one direction. Just think like Russia was going in the ways of the West. The Lord said, I'll turn you back the other way. And that's why Russia started turning back now to form, the Communist Union, the USSR. That's why today you have the anti-Russia propaganda so much, because Russia is breaking away from what America wanted. In Europe, as far as UK and maybe France and probably Spain, that's as far Western culture goes. Beyond that is old Eastern Bloc Europe, right? Is old Eastern Bloc Europe, and America doesn't want it, but the Lord wants that to happen. So that's why Russia turned back. There's also a part of Russia called Georgia Russia. They were the first ones to defect before Ukraine. There was a war with America, pseudo war with America and Russia around about 2011, 12 or something like that, 14. Somebody could check it out, with Georgia Russia. And Georgia Russia said, listen, man, we'll break away and follow America. And they took America put a battery in the back, put a whole battery in the back, and they decided they was going to break away and do it. And Russia put some lead on them, and they say, ain't no problem, we'll come back home. And America did not defend them. Right, go ahead.
I think it's saying 2008.
2008 could be around there. Maybe it started. All right. I could probably have the years wrong. Any other year? 2008 sounds correct? Right? Could be that. Yeah. Russia stepped all the way into Georgia, all the way in, and put lead on them niggas out. And they said, all right, ain't no sweat. America didn't come to help. Russia wants the territories back. And of course, now today you have Ukraine doing it. Ukraine's breaking away. America learned from the situation with Georgia and realized they'll have to arm up Ukraine and, get Ukraine support, which is why they try to get Ukraine to join NATO so they could be closer to Russia. All right. So that's where we are. Well, not now, but 3-4 years ago. This prophecy that's what was happening. All right. Keep reading. Everybody following so far, right? Go ahead.
Verse 5. Persia, Ethiopia, and it's like in
Libya.
With them, all of them with shield and helmet.
Right. Persia is going to get in it. That's Iran. That's why when you had that conflict with Iran and Israel recently, it was such a big deal worldwide for them, because Iran is prophesied to get in this thing that is going to push it further to World War III. Right? Ethiopia, which is the Cushites, right? They're going to get into it more strong than they already are. I think Ethiopia is going through something with Eritrea and all of them now. They're going to get into it even more. And Libya, which is the North Africans, right? You all know Libya from who? Gaddafi, right? So they've been playing into this thing all along. All right, go ahead.
Verse 6. Gomer
Mhm.
and all his bands, the house of Togarmah
Mhm.
of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee.
Right? Gomer is who? France, right? All them that North territories, they're gonna get in it too, which is why France is, so important in all the world relations right now. Even how they're falling, that's an important part, because now as they're falling, they're gonna cleave to whoever is strong enough to offer them the best offer. France is like the, an old hoe on the block. She gonna take whoever $5, right? Come on, let's go. That's how bad they are right now. All right, so all these things is happening. Keep going.
Verse 7. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself,
Mm-hmm.
thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
Right? Be prepared, man. War is coming. This thing is ramping all the way up. Russia is fighting Cold War with America in the Caribbean right now. They're doing full out exercises. At the same time, Trump is selling fighter jets to the Saudis. Right? They make some deal to buy, I forget how much fighter jets he's selling. The Saudis investing in for certain minerals to go back there. They're trying to circle the whole thing up. Trump needs them in his pocket. All right. But they coming into this thing is also part of prophecy. Also, they brought up 9/11 with Saudi Arabians, because, of course, when 9/11 just happened, they went to Afghanistan. War on terror, bin Laden. So they asked him, because since then, so much more evidence came out that this was not the Iraq or the Afghanis, that 9/11 was actually Saudis. So they asked him about it. Trump again gets on the defensive. He said, "Hold on, let me explain." He said, yes, there were Saudi Arabians on the plane. There were Saudi Arabians, but bin Laden used Saudi Arabians. No, but what he's saying is it was not Saudi Arabian plot, which is what all the evidence is coming out now to say, that the Saudis plotted with America to do this damn thing, to blame bin Laden and Iraq to go into the Middle East. He's saying, yes, the Saudis was there, but they didn't work for us. They worked with bin Laden because bin Laden wanted America to fight Saudi Arabia. And you asking me this question means bin Laden wins from the grave. And if you keep asking that, you're really doing his work, right? The Saudis have always loved America, blah, blah. Now, bin Laden dead, he can't contest that shit. But this is how slick these niggas is. This is the superlative imagination of Muhammad. You get the point? This is where they're at now. All this happened yesterday, I believe, or the day before. Yesterday. I think yesterday is when they met and talked. So now let's go to Revelation 18. And you could start at, let's start at 1. That's fine.
This is the book.
It's Salaki too, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come, sir. And that point you was just making about Donald Trump, I was listening to NPR, and what made it so diabolical for what he said yesterday is that when 9/11 happened, Donald Trump was very vocal the days after in stating that this was the Saudi Arabians. He said he was on news stations all across New York and news broadcasts saying this doesn't even make sense. It wasn't the Afghanis, it wasn't the Iraqis. He was charging the Saudi Arabians. He was one of the very few at that time that was saying, no, this is not what y'all saying it is. It's the Saudi Arabians. And so for him now to get in this cat face and backtracking, showing all 32 of his teeth, he's like, he's a whore.
Brother, with the R, with
Right.
the R. Brother, you got to see how he get excited when the Saudi tell him $1 trillion.
Right.
He gets so excited. Like, once you got money, Trump is your buddy. Now, you see how he said, pull the picture back up for me for a second. You'll see how he's sitting in there, right? You'll see the horrible headpiece. Horrible headpiece he wearing. When Zelensky came in his sweatsuit, they told Zelensky, you don't have a suit. Why are you coming here dressed like a bomb? They laid into Zelensky. This nigga there in a nightgown now. He there in a what's the thing them the woman wear? The muumuu. He there in the muumuu walk in the White House, and Trump sitting there saying, "This is my body," because he got money. And a picnic table cloth, the picnic basket cloth, you know, the one from Tom and Jerry and Tweety and Sylvester. He got the picnic basket cloth right there. And Trump says nothing about his dress code because money is involved. Like America is for sale right now. America is fully for sale. So now let me get Revelations 18:1.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was light, Slakia, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and it is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
And we in that time right now. UPK have a song, Babylon is falling to rise no more. Fallen, fallen, fallen to rise no more. We had that song, the brother saying in Hebrew Academy as they march, because Babylon is falling. But this angel say Babylon has fallen. The great has fallen. It has become the habitation of devils. And devils running this place out. Make America great again is this in the Bible. It's become the habitation of devils, liars, right? And the hold of every foul spirit and a cage for every unclean and hateful bird. What is that talking about? The Epstein files. Brother, them Epstein files are, I don't know what Trump have up his sleeve where he say let them loose. But them Epstein files, brother, got every foul thing they done did with every teenage girl and boy ever. It might be that Prince might be in them files too. It could be in there because Epstein was like the white Diddy. He was the devil Diddy. You could go to his island and do what the hell you want. You notice, I remember that lesbian Ellen DeGeneres, she had a talk show. You ever know where the talk show went? It just disappeared. It was just gone. Gone as soon as these talk of this Epstein files came out. I think she even left the damn country. She and her whole lesbian friend moved to Scotland or some shit like that. Rather, people getting far away from this thing because this place is the home, the hold of every foul creature, every evil and foul spirit, an unclean bird. Like that's what this place is here right now, right? And hateful bird. Hateful is what? All them ICE agents, all the oppression we going through day in and day out. Day in and day out. Like they know the Saudis was on the plane. Them cops ain't beat one Saudi Arabian in New York. They ain't crack one Saudi head. They treat us like we terrorists. Go ahead.
Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Come on, man.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
That's what's going on here. What's going on right here is all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Just think of fornication like unlawful sex, like sex with a whore. And this whore, she got something in a cup. And you drink from it and you become drunk with it. You become drunk with the wrath of her fornication. You become drunk with the aggression of America and the anger and the violence of this place. You become drunk with the philosophy of Christianity. You become drunk with it. I thought America was the infidel. I thought, in Islam, America's supposed to be the infidel, right? Eating pork, alcoholism, smoking weed. I thought it was haram for this thing. What's going on, Bukwash?
I'm getting where he says $1 trillion and his reaction.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Let's play it for them, man. You might want to pull it up on the things. You might want to share it before, so we know what we're looking at. Put the volume up too. No. You could leave it up the other way up. Go ahead and play.
From the beginning.
But I just want to
We'll see. We'll just play. We'll see.
say it's an honor to be your friend, and it's an honor that you're here. And if you'd like to say a few words, but thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. This relation has been a relation for about 9 decades, and we've been working together for a long time. But today it's a very important time in our history because there is also a lot of things that we're working on in the future. We believe in the future of the United States of America. We believe in what you're doing, Mr. President, is really creating a lot of good things and good foundation to create more economical growth, more business in America. And it will also.
Now he said we've had a good relationship for about 9 decades, right? That's what you heard him say that. It's almost 100 years, right? So when we say on the street that all you heathens had a hand in our slavery, look what Trump is doing right now to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and they know about it. And he said what he's doing is good, and also your work for the world. What he's doing to us, they love it. So when Christ comes back, nobody is going to have an excuse for the punishment. They earn the punishment. They earn it. Keep playing.
Your work for the world peace. I believe, Mr. President, today and tomorrow we're going to announce that we are going to increase that $600 billion to almost $1 trillion of investment, real investment and real opportunity by details in many areas. And the agreement that we are signing today in many areas in technology, in AI, in earth materials, magnet, etc., that will create a lot of investment opportunities.
So you are doing that now. You're saying to me now that the 600 billion will be 1 trillion.
Definitely, because what we are signing it will facilitate that. And
I like that very much.
He had to leave to the side. Yeah,
because what we are signing it will facilitate that. And
I like that very much.
He's like, that's $1 trillion. Trump, look at him. Brother, you seen the crow's feet by his eyes, like he's squinting so goddamn hard. The thief, he brother, Trump ready to strip right now for this. Play some bands to make him dance. Bands to make him dance. Come on.
No, that's great. I appreciate that. That's great. We're doing numbers that nobody's ever done. And in all fairness, if you didn't see potential in the U.S., you wouldn't be doing that.
Definitely,
you don't want to lose money.
As you said, Mr. President, it's the most hottest country in the planet. But what you're creating is not about opportunity today. It's about also long-term opportunity in the United States of America that will affect American economy positively in the next coming decades. Preparing the right foundation of emerging technologies. That's a game changer for America in a good way, and we want to be part of it.
So Trump had a ball in the White House with that $1 trillion. He was like, this is money that I want all of it. And he started tapping him on his knee and clapping, and not clapping, I'm reaching out for his hand, holding his hand. He said, this is what Trump said. Trump said, I'm going to shake his hand. I'm not even going to fist bump him. I don't care where his hand has been. You can look that up. He said, I don't care where his hands has been. I'm shaking his hand. For some money? Oh my God. Trump had a career in Magic City. Was the other one in Atlanta that you all like to go to? Oh man, you can look for it. Yeah, we ain't got to play. Let's read some more. I want to finish up in about 5 minutes. All right. Let me get some more. This is what verse you at?
Verse 3, sir.
Verse 3. All nations have drunk with the wine. Like this prince here, if he could do $1 trillion, somebody just Google for me. What do businessmen look for as a return of investment? What percent of the investment? Like, what do they want back if they invest something? Go ahead. That's it. No, I think we saw that part. No, we didn't. Okay, go ahead.
No, they didn't see it and say, but
no. There's a part after. There's more to this interview. I watched the whole thing. There's a part, brother. He reached over two hands, and shook his hands. This is my friend right here. This is my friend here. Is that the beginning? Yeah. And he say, I don't care where his hands has been. We not fist bumping over here. I don't care where his hands has been. And you all know the general then brought out how them heathens, they use one hand to eat and the other hand to just play in mud. Use your imagination. Right? Let's keep reading. I'm trying to keep the time. All right. All nations, you can keep with the picture up though, whichever picture you have. All nations are drunk with the wine. That one is good. All nations are drunk with the wine of her fornication. Like they now drunk with it because he said this is not just for today, but in the future. He's making an investment into the oppression of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians because that's where real money comes from. Real money comes from squeezing us like fruit, squeezing us like grapes. You just squeeze us and take the blood and use it and drink it. You get the point? They have committed fornication with her. Meaning what? That's how Black people talk. How do Black people talk? I don't fuck with so-and-so, or I fucks with so-and-so. That's biblical. They say they have committed fornication with her, personifying America as a woman. This prince here is here to F with America. He's here to F with the infidel against everything, Islam, against all the culture. He's there to shake the hand of the white devil because that's what Muslims teach. Go ahead.
The investment thing is that most investors, they invest with a 50% chance of a 20% return and a 50% chance of a 10% loss.
Okay, I think I'm probably asking it the wrong way. Meaning, like, if they invest 100, how much do they want to make? That's what I want to find out. Like, if an investor put $100 up, how much does he want to make back from that 100, or on average? Because if he's willing to put up $1 trillion, how much is he expecting back? Even if it's long term, how much is he expecting? You understand? And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And that's why they come to make deals with Trump, because America is such a consumer and such a lust-filled place. Everything here is like a delicacy. It's like something you eat and enjoy, including the Epstein files. They was having fun when they was doing whatever they was doing on that island. They was having so much fun. You should see Trump salivating over young girls. I think there's a video on the DC page where he asked this young girl her age and all kind of shit. You could just see if you could find it out. It's got to be reset. If Mathia is on, he could tell you where it is, but it's definitely on the DC page where this young girl in the crowd stood up and asked him something. He said, "You, how old are you?" And she told him, he said, "Come up here." And he make her come up on stage and talk about how pretty he was salivating right there. I think he said some more right there in front, because this place is like that. It's just so lust-filled that it's a business. And they'll come and invest in it even though it destroys us. Keep going.
Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues."
And as this going on, as they getting rich with America and waxing rich, we out there yelling with the angel, "Leave America behind. Turn back to the Lord. You're an Israelite. The Jews are black. Christ is black. What does it matter? $1 trillion is what it matters. That's what it matters. And the return on 1 trillion, and that's just from one empire. Imagine when he make deals with everybody else. He got deals with China. Remember, he went down to China last week. He made a deal to stop what? Who knows?
Stop the tariffs in exchange for that raw material that they make.
Something else. There's something else he made a strong deal with China for. And he said he gonna lower that tariff if they do it.
Was it beans or something?
Beans was Argentina, I believe.
Oh.
Could be China too. With something else. You need to pay attention to the news, man. He went down there and made a deal with China to stop the flow of fentanyl into the West, because a lot of the raw materials come from China and a lot of them pills come out of China. He made a deal with China to stop fentanyl, but he's murdering Asha and Benjamin in the Caribbean over fentanyl. Why he didn't put boats to China? I thought he's at war with them. I thought, in the communists and shit. You know what I mean? Why he didn't move boats in and bomb, Chinese vessels? Because there's money involved. The heathens are waxing rich from this empire, right? Where we at? Verse 4?
Verse 5.
Turn from America. Come out of her. Go ahead.
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquity.
Because America's sins reached unto heaven. Think about everything we know about America, everything they did, Tuskegee experiment, the Navajo code talkers, the boarding schools, the Native Indian boarding schools with the bones, the cemetery down there under the school. You dig up the school as bones of kids, baby skulls under there. Slavery, abortion, cocaine, the Epstein files. Think about everything you know about America, and that's what they allow us to know. Think about what we do not know. The sins of this place done reached up to heaven. What, we crashed? God damn, we can see everything because you can't. God damn, shit. Make sure you don't pull up nothing there. I don't need a counsel tonight, right? Is that it? Oh yeah, play this up. Cue this up. And you see she got the whole chest open, the chest of everything. All right, the front butt. All right, go ahead and play.
How many jets do you have, and how would I apply to be flight attendant?
So she's stroking his ego. How many jets you have, and how do I apply to be a flight attendant? She about to get interviewed right here in front of all these people. Go ahead. Y'all thought Chris Brown and Usher was the first to do the show. This nigga here is the first one.
I think she's hired.
She's hired. In case you had to come closer. You think they can see that, right? Okay. Make it bigger. Come on.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, I had a case. It was very interesting. A beautiful girl who was 17 or 18 applied to be a waitress. She's so beautiful. She's like a world-class beauty, like the young lady who just asked the question about the actress. She's so beautiful. And my people came, she said, "Look, Mr. Trump, she has no experience." So I interviewed her anyway, because she was so beautiful. And I said, "Let me ask you, do you have any experience?" She goes, "No, sir." I said, "When can you start?" You work at my plane anytime.
You can work on my plane anytime. Best believe that she was more than a plane. That's the president.
See, now, she worked at my plane. That's like a death wish for me, right? That's like an alcoholic. I have many friends here, wonderful people. They're alcoholics. You put scotch in front of them. It's like, this would be my form of alcoholism. Okay, yes, ma'am.
My alcoholism by putting her in front of me. See,
How did you get my dad's computer?
Your father wants to catch his.
Like, this is my problem. It's rough. That's the president.
Guy as much as we do.
I don't know what the hell playing.
Okay, Karen, I tell you what. Why don't you wait for?
Let's close the tab. It's still up. All right, let's keep reading. All right. No, America's sins has reached unto heaven. It's down there like in school. You're a troublemaker in a class. Your teacher knows you're a problem. The PE teacher might know. But then there comes a times where they say, "Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, leave my class, go to the principal's office." That's your sins reaching to heaven. No, this is way past the class now. Just go sit outside the principal's office. Now, he had to run the school. He had to stop running the school to deal with you. The judgment will be severe. That's what this means. Their sins have reached up to the Lord. The Lord is hearing the ship now. He's going to do something about it. Keep going.
Verse 6. Reward her, even as she rewarded you.
You read it again.
Reward her, even as she rewarded you.
Yeah, you invested $1 trillion into somebody who is putting babies in cages, ripping families apart. The Arab Spring, the Arab Empire, when Christ returns, you're going to be dissected. You're going to be separated and strewn and sold into slavery near and far. Your oil ain't going to be able to help you in that day, because this is your reward to us. The world crying for Ukraine and crying for Gaza. Nobody don't give a damn about us. He gets money invested based on how cruel he is, the home of every hateful bird. And they're drunk with the wrath of her fornication. They love what he's doing. You see, like how when we watch a video and the shit is disturbing to us, or sometimes we turn the thing off. That one with the brother getting the seizure in the car, I can't watch that shit. That shit is a little bit too much for me. I'm good with that shit up. They watch that shit like world star. Them heathens, they watch that shit and it's like, yeah, beat that nigga. F them spics. That's how they view it. It's entertainment for them. They don't look at it like something wrong. Because if they look at it like something wrong, he'd have said something. He don't give a damn about none of that shit. You understand? Where we at? Skip me down to verse 9.
Verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, great city, that great city of Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Despite all this $1 trillion investment, and despite all this $1 trillion investment and everything they're doing, there's going to come a time where the Lord is going to move on America, and he's going to make an example of this place. And they're going to be able to look from afar off and see this place burning, see the smoke in the air. And they're going to, the kings of the earth who commit fornication with them, these same Arabs, they're going to look, and everybody else, they're going to look from afar off and be like, alas, alas, Babylon is fallen, the great city. And they stand afar off. What do they say? Why? They say they stand afar off for fear of her torment, meaning they're not coming close because they don't want none of what America is getting. Now, if he's investing $1 trillion, ships is going to be going back and forth. They're going to stand afar off in the water, see, and imagine going to a port with all the oil they bring in, or the guns going back over, or they coming for something else, and America is on fire, and they're like, damn, look at that. At last, the city done fall. And they're looking because they have investments in here. They don't put their money in here. You get the point? They, like he invests $1 trillion. You think them Arabs like to compete? You think other countries gonna want to invest and more and say I got more money? They're gonna invest so much money in here, and the Lord is going to destroy it, and they're gonna be heartbroken. That's why they stand afar off and watching the city burning. Not saying they're going. This is not exactly saying they're gonna see it from Saudi Arabia, which they might. But their ships is going to be coming into the ports, like the ship that crashed into the bridge in Baltimore. Them ships is coming to the west. Down there in Trinidad and Venezuela, Trinidad has a LNG plant. LNG is liquid natural gas. They take natural gas, they compress it, form a liquid, they put it on them huge oil tankers and send it over to Poland and Sweden and Switzerland. And they supply certain parts of Europe with a lot of liquid natural gas. What happens when the Americas is on fire? What happens when the Lord destroys it? They're going to look and be like, damn. It's like you see your favorite store in the mall get burned down, or your favorite mall. You're going to be like, shit, man, they finally burned this place down. That's where you used to get everything. You start to reminisce. You ain't trying to go put the fire out for what? So you could get burned? They're looking because this place is on fire. Because the Lord want this place gone because they're having fun with our blood, fun with our life. They don't give a damn. They said 20,000 children stayed home in North Carolina last week because of fears from ICE. 20,000 children stay home. They don't arrest, 200 Latinos? They say they estimate 20,000 kids stayed home because of fear, the whole ICE. They say, what is Operation Charlotte's Web? They're so damn poetic because they're in Charlotte, North Carolina. Go ahead. Come on.
Book of Joel.
Somebody hold
3.
Revelation 16 and 12 for me real quick and we're done. Go ahead, Al.
Book of Joel 3:3. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
That's it. They want so much, lust and lasciviousness. They don't make fun of us. What's up, Don't even, why even point it out? It's not even in the screen. Let's remove it. Ain't no sweat. Just remove it. All right, keep reading.
You want Revelation 16 as well?
Yeah, no. Hold on. Starting at far off. Verse 10.
Verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour thy
You got to do it
judgment
because
comes.
just leave it. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her.
And the what?
And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her.
Uh-huh.
For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
That's why they're going to cry. They're going to cry over America because America is not consuming their shit anymore. And this is the beginning of it. He's been making deals since the beginning of the year. This everything he's doing is going one step further into World War III. Every single thing he's doing. Everything he's doing in the Caribbean, these deals, going to China. You'll think he's making America great again. He's lining your ass up. He's lining you up for the up. The biggest up, a nigga from the sky. And he's going to come light this place up. Give me Revelation 16 and 12 real quick.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 16 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river.
Hold on, start at 10.
Verse 10. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast,
mm-hmm.
and his kingdom was full of darkness. And they gone their tongues.
They gnawed. No, they ever hear when they describe an animal like he's gnawing at his, his paws, gnawing is like biting like that. Go ahead.
And they gnawed their tongues for pain.
America experiencing that right now. The fifth angel poured out his seal, but this is the beginning of it. In the seat of the beast. This is the seat of the beast right here. And the kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed at their tongues for pain. The whole place, everybody complaining. They're hurting. They're hurting big time now. But this is the beginning of sorrows. Keep going.
Verse 11. And blaspheme the God of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds.
Right. You would think that America getting beat so bad right now. You could take him off the screen now. You could, no, in fact, leave him up. You would think America getting beat so bad right now. People would say, surely God is against us. Surely the Lord is against us. We should turn back to the Lord. But they're not doing that. They're not considering the Most High. Keep going.
Verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates,
the
water,
mm-hmm.
and the water thereof was dried up.
Mm-hmm.
That the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
That's what you got to look for next. Come on, huh?
And the prophecy right there, these rivers are.
Okay, it ain't literally talking about it. This is a little different. The river is used for what? Trade, right? At that time, the river is used for a lot of trade. The Arabs is into trade. He's an Arab. He's doing trade past the Euphrates. It's metaphoric. It's saying this is their highway for trade. And the angel going to pour out a vial and it's going to dry up the river so he could prepare the way of the kings of the east, which is the Arabs. Those are the kings of the east. He's the crown prince of Saudi Arabia and East. The Lord is going to dry up how they do their trade. He's going to do it. And that's what you have to look for next. He getting in bed with America. That's why he poured the vial out on America first, in the seat of the beast. And then this vial is going to be poured out there. So that these Arab merchants, they're going to go broke. It's going to be hard for them. It's damn near one and the same. Look for these things out. That thing that happened today is very good. Pray for more to happen, more steps towards the end, more steps toward World War III, more your brothers and sisters to come in. Show them the classes, show them everything, tell them the truth. Tell them, look at the times we're in. Ask the preacher, have them ask the preacher what's going on. See if he can answer it. See if he could figure it out. Because, brother, that thing there is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the deals Trump is going to make. And it's the Lord setting them up so that he could destroy this place and bring everybody to their knees. It's like any gangster move. Any gangster move is to do what? Find out where your business line is or where your stash house is and burn it down and light it up. Right or wrong? Go there and destroy where your money is. And that's what the Lord is going to do. You best believe it. I done heard Commander Yahanna teach this for the longest. And you've seen it happen now. You've seen all these heathen nations coming together, especially with America. We definitely one step closer and closer. Keep your eyes on the prize. You all stay focused. Don't lose patience now. Don't lose it. Call for counsel if you're going through some shit. Get in the work. Look for something to do. You don't know what to do, call and get some work assigned to you. But now is the time for sure. You should not turn back from what you're into. You should not grow weak now. You should not do none of that thing here. These is times that the prophets wrote about, that we see, and they wrote about it. They never saw it, but we see it. With that, pass the class over to priest and officer Shapat there.
I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We the I.S.U.P.K. out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and Commander General Yahanna. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months of a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he will get slaughtered. He must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in Hebrew. It's pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give it to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. Feast of the Dedication, Hanukkah, 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. Sunday, the 14th of December, 2025 for 8 days. You'll find this in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. Also, we got the Lord's 57th annual Passover in Houston, Texas, April 4th. Make sure you get all your arrangements together, hotel and your travels. You know what I'm saying? $200 Passover fee for anyone 17 years of age or above. Want to make sure you get there for the whole week. Starting off April the 1st. You know what I'm saying? We get there for that slaughter of lambs, the whole festivities of it all. And it will end April the 6th. You know what I'm saying? SHALAM. Got none of that? Awesome. Out there, check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K. events and materials. If a brother wants to be a true in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, and scarf. With that, I say I might him, which means to stand. Courtesy salute to the teacher. Individual Mom Shabbat.
Yahanna, show me your shine, rock a thumb.
So, which means to turn. This is you may stand. I might him. We'll give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Individual Mom Shabbat. Right? Got you, Matah. Class dismissed.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.